Hey, how's it going? If you're new to my channel, hi, hope you're having a good day. Consider subscribing if you haven't, because today we're going to be talking about the current updates on our friend Zeefixesart. So there's been some new #T going on with our internet friend Zeefixesart, and from what it seems, they have really been going through a lot these past few weeks. I made a video a few weeks back where I spoke in depth about Z and the entire situation on fixing art, and I broke down the reasons for fixing art when it clearly didn't need to be fixed at all. The reasons always fell neatly into one or more of these categories: diversity and inclusion, social validation, ethics and moral values. Yeah, and also on race bending popular anime characters, and even going to the extent of changing the race of portraits from real life people, which is totally just inappropriate and disrespectful. They basically have literally been doing nothing productive to help other artists improve or just help the art community in general. You should definitely watch that video if you haven't seen it to bring yourself up to speed on the situation. And immediately after I posted that video, I started getting comments telling me Z got hacked. So immediately I went back to the account and went through all the previous tweets, which some of them were still there. Most of them are still there if you scroll all the way down to the bottom. But the profile photo was changed and the banner was changed as well, and everything that Z had written before on their profile bio was changed to this. Also, in the previous video, I kept misappropriating the pronouns using she instead of they unconsciously, and the comment section corrected me since they identified themselves as they. So now that I'm fully aware, I'm going to make sure I use their proper pronouns wherever I mention them in this video. Even though I don't enjoy what they're doing to art, I still respect them and other people that identify with that pronoun. So I'm clearly sorry for that misunderstanding, and we can move forward using the correct pronouns in this video. So I found out Zena's account was hacked through the comment section of my previous video, and I decided to go and try and find out when they got hacked, because while I was making that video, the account was still active and they were still fixing art from popular anime characters and other people's work, with the last set of fixed images being Koishi from the Touhou project, which is a role-play game series. I'm not so sure about that. And basically they did the same thing where they take a perfect character and turn them completely black, and then they proceed to increase the size of their legs until we can't tell if they're legs anymore or they're wearing a space suit. I really can't understand how this is fixing art. These legs clearly don't look fixed in any way at all. It doesn't even look like the original character anymore. There is no way anyone will see this and just automatically assume it's this particular character. And then they went ahead to fix Marisa Kirisime, who is another character from the Touhou project, and she is apparently the least sexualized character in the entire roster of characters according to people that are familiar with the series. Now, be honest with me. Take a look at this and tell me what you think in the comments. There was nothing remotely wrong with the initial design. The character didn't need to be black. The character didn't need the entire design aesthetic to be fixed or their race swapped. If you have a problem with a character, or if you want to draw a character as a person of color, that's fine. That can fall under fan art. But a better idea would be to design your own character and fix all the flaws using your own character as a concept. Well, fortunately for us, those were the last two characters they fixed before the hacker gained control of their account and posted their first tweet on September 24th. Guess who's got control over Z's account? Get fucked. Apparently the hacker is anonymous, so we clearly can't tell who he is. I even went out of my way to reverse image search some of the art the hacker posted on the account just to see if any similar art will show up, and I'll be able to tell who the artist is just from looking at the art style. But nothing came up at all, so I'll really have to give some credit to the hacker for covering all their tracks. And as a matter of fact, I'm not the only one who shared these sentiments, as the tweet itself got a lot of likes and a lot of comments with people saying, "You are amazing, man. Thank you so much for doing this. I couldn't take it anymore. Turning Japanese people into fat and black people, not because of prejudice, but because of sense, and they said it was some kind of fix," which is exactly my thoughts whenever I see any fixed character they posted. It just seemed as if they had issues with Asians and Japanese character design specifically. Why? Good job. I was about to send gore hentai to them, but you took control of their account. Nice work. You are our hero. If they ever come back, I'll flood their page with gore. No. That sounds awful. I understand you hate what they're doing, and I also hate what they're doing, but you don't have to post gore images or hentai images of them or tweet it at them, because clearly other people are going to see it and you might end up hurting other people while you're trying to just prove a point. Besides, it's just wrong. Don't be that person. Dude, you're a mad lad for hacking their account. Well, clearly a lot of people seem to be glad Z's account got hacked, because there were a lot of comments commending the hacker and praising him for hacking the account, which goes to show you Z had a really bad rep and people were just praying for them to be terminated off the internet or just hacked and have their account shut down entirely. People were even sending death threats to them at some point, which is just wild. That's extreme. There's also another account apparently which still goes by Zeefixesart, but this account seems to be just a parody account, which is just filled with tweets basically hating on Z, and the first pinned tweet is this, and I guess that's self-explanatory. And then there's a bunch of other retweets with people drawing fan art of Xena and hypersexualizing them and drawing them without their clothes, which is just taking it a little bit too far, don't you think so? The account seems to be a backup account for the main account that got hacked, because as you can see, they're only following the main account. Meanwhile, the main hacked account is following just 26 people, and out of those 26, they're even following some pretty big names in the YouTube and streaming community like Leafy, Keemstar, Charlie, and Belle Delphine. So clearly the person who hacked the account is part of the community to a certain extent. And then I noticed this other account, which is Ash Fixes Z's Art. I don't think I'll bother with this one for now, since I'm already clearly in deep with Zeefixesart account already. Which brings us to the next issue at hand, which is the type of content the hacker is posting on the page after he successfully gained control on the account. Now I would like to show you right here on my channel, but this video will completely get demonetized, so you'll just have to use your imagination, or simply just go and take a look at the account and see for yourself. But I must warn you before you try that, it's not safe for work content, so just keep that in mind. The first image is of Z laying on their back and a guy is in front of them mowing the lawn, and the second image is of Z with a human eggplant inside their mouth. These are pretty disturbing images, just me thinking of them right now. And in both images, Z still has their hijab on, which is quite questionable because essentially it's trying to basically attack another religious sect. Even just portraying Z or any other person but giving them characteristics or clothing of another religion and over sexualizing them in drawings, basically to the extent of drawing them in pornographic positions can be seen as religious discrimination, especially by people of the other religion that you're drawing them as. It might seem like entertainment to you, but it always rubs off the wrong way, especially on the people who are part of the religion that you're making a parody of. And then a person under the comments said, "To be honest, I don't think this is funny. One thing is messing up with character designs and making their own headcanon, and another thing is messing with a real person, sexualizing them, and doing sick stuff to their persona. Please stop." Thank you, Lexu Jilla. I totally agree with what this person just said. There are tons of artists that are totally making a living off of just drawing hentai and not safe for work art. Is an entire community on its own and it's thriving. I have no problem with it whatsoever. But when you cross the line and start drawing real people without their consent and sexualizing them and straight up drawing porn, my guy, you need to be stopped. Every person deserves some fundamental human respect, no matter if what they're doing is bad or if you don't agree with what they're doing. Yeah, I may have watched a lot of hentai, but this is gross. This is a real person. Z may have done some terrible stuff, but why this? This is disgusting. WTF, she made mistakes, but this is wrong. We are talking about a real person. And if you keep scrolling down, there are more comments basically disregarding the choice of art the hacker is posting. The hacker also makes it his thing to retweet every hypersexualized fan art of Z, and he also gives shout outs to people that draw good fan art of Z. Actions like this just gives more people motivation to draw more disrespectful fan art to Z, and this just creates this loop of endless toxic behavior. If you can't improve a person or correct them into doing the right thing, don't join them in doing the wrong thing. The hacker then goes on a rampage exposing Z's list of muted words, and for someone who says they are LGBT, they have LGBT and LGBTQ as muted words. So that means clearly you are saying all those things to get attention while disrespecting people who actually identify as LGBT and LGBTQ, right? Genius. And apparently they also muted Has Been and Has Been Hotel, and someone in the comment section said, did they really block Has Been Hotel because they're all skinny in the show? Well, at this point, we can't really tell Z's reasons for doing things exactly, because on one hand, they claim to be something, and then on the other hand, they entirely hate it and put it among their list of blocked words on Twitter. The hacker also shows us Z's long lists of blocked Twitter accounts, with most of them being artists who have probably criticized them publicly, while some accounts might just be people they just didn't want to see anymore at all. The list is actually quite long and a lot of people are blocked. That's insane. I'm guessing some of the people that were blocked here as well are part of the people that were sending Z death threats in the DM, so I guess they just decided to block them so they could no longer send them messages anymore. My entire take on this situation is I clearly wouldn't want to say I told you so, but this is an I told you so situation. You can only get away with doing something like this for so long without expecting nothing to happen. It was probably going to end up with either Twitter suspending her account or someone, in this case a hacker who is much more powerful than Twitter, will take over the account. The other possibility is this was actually the plan all along. The person behind this account was busy scheming in the dark and doing all this to get attention, and once they felt like they got enough attention, they immediately flipped the account over, claiming it was hacked, and then they can just reveal their real self and their real art to how many amount of people they have gained following them. I'd say there's a 50-50 chance of this being at play here, but we really can't tell for sure if that's what's happening right now. We can only just assume. This situation should be a lesson to every other account that tries to fix art, hate on anime, and use race bending masquerading under the trending BLM movement. You're going to be stopped. It's only a matter of time. You can keep on fixing art and disrespecting artists, but you're actually not getting anywhere with yourself and your own art. Use that energy and fix your own art. is work on yourself. And then my general advice to everyone else is just be good to the next person, no matter what color their skin is or how much they weigh on the scale. I think at this point we have seen the end of this long saga with Z, and we shouldn't expect anything from the account from now on, but we'll always have to be on the lookout because you never know what could be looming on the horizon line. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you're new to my channel, and if you enjoy my type of content, just consider subscribing. It's not that hard. The subscribe button is just down there somewhere. And leave a comment about this entire situation. I would like to know your thoughts. Do you think Z was actually hacked, or do you think this was the plan all along? I don't know. I'm tending to go for that as well. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below, like the video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace and love.